Hi, garden writer George Weigel here, and I wanted to show you the mess that I now have here in my side yard. This used to be my nice grass last year until the grubs got to it. A couple weeks ago I came out and found all this dead lawn and I raked it off, and now I'm down to nothing but bare soil.
Grubs are the larval stage of beetles, sometimes masked chafer beetles, sometimes oriental beetles, but a lot of times it's the Japanese beetles like you see on the right. They're the bugs with the coppery color that eat your roses, your crab apples, your grapes, and about 300 varieties of plants in summer. Well, those adults mate and they lay eggs around midsummer, and by early August, those grubs, which you see on the left, the little fat white things that look like ugly worms, they hatch August, September, October. They're starting to feed in the lawn. They eat the roots out from under the grass, which kills it. Now, you might not see them this time of year. In winter, early spring, they're down deeper in the soil. But in the early fall, when they're still feeding, you'll be able to see them when you pull the grass up.
The telltale sign of grub damage is when you can pull up your lawn like a loose carpet. See that coming up right there? That's just pulling up because there's no more roots there. The grubs have killed it. So when that happens, about all you can do is remove the turf and replant.
Common way to deal with grubs is to prevent them in the first place by putting a chemical down in the lawn. End of June, early July is a good time to do it. And what these chemicals do, they're in place for when the eggs hatch. They immediately kill the young larvae. So if you're going to use those products, look for ones that say grub preventer or grub control. Or if you're an organic gardener, you might want to look for a bacterial type control, a natural control like milky spore disease, sometimes called just milky disease. Or you can use nematodes, which are little microscopic critters that you put down early each fall that parasitize the larvae in the soil. That's also organic. Or you can do what I do, which is pretty much let the damage happen and just repair the grass. Some years it's really not too bad a damage, maybe not at all. Other years it's bad and you'll have a lot more repairs to do.
To repair the damage, what you first have to do is get the dead stuff off, which I've already done here. You could just lay sod on it, which is carpet like grass already planted, so that would be the easiest way. But if you have bare soil, the first thing you have to do is rake it up if you're going to seed. Something like a garden rake will take care of small areas like this. Rough it up so you get good seed to soil contact. So once you have it loosened and rake smooth a little bit like this, the next thing you want to do is get your seed and scatter seed on the surface. Yeah, you want to put enough seed on that you get good germination, but you don't have to overload it. The seed doesn't need to touch. A good amount would be about as much as you'd salt a steak with, something like that. Next thing you want to do is tamp the seed down just lightly in the surface. You can lightly rake in a little bit of it if you want to, but no more than a 1/4 inch deep. And just tap it down like that. And then some people like to cover it either with straw or dead grass, or this time of year you can use your ornamental grasses, which you're going to cut anyway, or you can use a light layer of real fine leaves like this. That might work too. Just nothing too heavy over top of it. And then the most important thing is just keep it watered. You might need to water daily. Just keep that soil damp until the seed comes up. Once your new grass is up, you want to let it grow maybe about 3 weeks before you cut it for the first time. Keep it damp if the soil goes dry, and by summer you should have a decent lawn once again.